What is going on? My name is Flobo Boyce. Thank you so much for checking out this clip. See, I'm trying something new to me because this is something that's age old, right? Talking into a computer, just saying what's on their mind. This is my bedroom. Not much you can see here, which is great. But it's my closet. That's my router there, and that's my New York City subway map with a spray printed Mr. Met on it. Hopefully, when the millions and billions come rushing in, we'll be able to have like fake plants and all of that. This is, I guess, the start of a YouTube show. I don't want to say show because that sounds like I'm going to have like play-alongs and riveting guests, and I'm going to have special effects, which could happen, but I'm not going to put that expectation on myself. See, the idea is that I have this thing with entertainment. I'm married to it. I'm in love with it. I've been doing it forever. Whether it's stand-up comedy, whether it's doing the after shows. I do a lot of after shows currently with AfterBuzz TV, but I'm looking to branch out, looking able to have my face on another platform altogether. In between comedy recordings on my channel, upload those as well. But this might be just a little bit of a show. I'm trying to gauge it, maybe 10 to 15 minutes about whatever's going on, right? Think of it as a podcast, even though I do have another podcast. If you guys have not heard or streamed New Amsterdam Radio, that's KNAW Amsterdam Radio, go on, check that out. That podcast is specifically for creative people. That podcast is about taking the news of the day, taking top stories of the day and extracting that and using that to apply to how a creative would work. For example, one of the early episodes was talking about the polarizing nature of Elon Musk and how you, as a creative person, whether you draw, whether you rap, whether you do stand-up, whether you sell handbags, how you can extract things from Elon Musk, good or bad, and apply it to your own business. But that's specific. It's called New Amsterdam Radio. There's some samples of the first 10 episodes already on this channel, so go out and check that out if you haven't already. And also, this is a little different because New Amsterdam Radio is just audio, whereas you get to see me with my production value of having the sun's rays bat against my body to see how I look like and how we're discussing with theoretically nobody, but theoretically everybody, just mentioning what exactly is going on, things that I'm working on, things that have caught my eye, products I've seen, and how we can grow from there. I had plans of doing a YouTube channel for the longest time, or YouTube show for the longest time. I didn't know what it was going to be. I was like, well, I went to film school, right? I have a graduate degree in film. Maybe I'll do a film review channel. I'm dabbling in Twitch. I don't have a proper Twitch setup, but over at my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Flobo Boyce, I just do a straight stream out of the Xbox. I play Rocket League. I play as medicine, a way to beat the depression and to unwind, to beat the bad days. Hey, let's make a gameplay YouTube channel. Let's do that. And just there's always ideas, but then what happens? You have the idea, you do a little YouTube searching, and you feel like there's 1,000,000,001 people there, and you go, well, no one's gonna follow me. I'm Johnny come lately to everything. So I told myself I'm gonna keep it open just to make it fun for me. And if 1,000 people show up, if 10,000, 1,000,000, that's great. If it's just gonna be me talking to the same dozen people, that's cool too, because I can tell you I've tried podcasts since the year 2000, and on average, the ones I've done, I've scored about 8 people an episode. So, then again, who knows, right? Who knows? I might have a rant about something that's very, very topical, and it blows up. And the next thing you know, I'm featured on YouTube, right? Not saying that's the goal or plan, but if that were to happen, that'd be pretty rad, right? That'd be pretty cool to have something that's like, a picture of me in a thumbnail being like, Flobito reacts to, and then something cool like that. But For those of you who have never seen or heard of me before, I am a comedian. I do stand up. I have my albums are available on Spotify, Cookies and Beer, and American for Now. I do hosting, so I either host corporate events in the Southern California area, and I host a lot of the after shows currently on AfterBuzz TV, or where we recap things, namely the professional wrestling recap shows, Monday Night Raw, WWE NXT, and some of the pay-per-views. So if you just search my name and just put Flobo Boyce Raw or Flobo Boyce NXT or Flobo Boyce After Show Star Trek Weekly, my face does come up in various shades of bearddom. I'm kind of in a growing out phase here too. And to make ends meet, I DJ weddings. So if you're ever in the Southern California area, you're getting married and you need someone to check out a DJ that can like mix and match and have a good time. And since I'm a former professional wrestling ring announcer, I can do the big grand entrances as well. So all that stuff's coming into place, but this is a space where I'm going to get a chance to share thoughts, ideas with people, just to put my name out there, put my face out there, and say that, yes, I am working on stuff, even though it may look like I'm just dormant for a couple of days or days at a time. I am hustling. Actually, that could be the topic of today's show. I hate the word hustling. I hate it. Now, I live in Los Angeles. Everyone, it seems, it's not true, but it seems everyone has a creative endeavor in mind. Everyone wants to be an actor. Everyone wants to be a singer, a dancer, or something, and that's great. In fact, New Amsterdam was founded on that idea of you can be creative and do what you want to do. But even Superman had a day job, right? Clark Kent was a mild-mannered reporter for the Daily Planet because he had bills to pay. And what happens in the town, especially now in Los Angeles, where we try to out-busy each other, not necessarily do good things, but to out-busy each other, it becomes ingrained into our culture, right? We go to a party and someone's like, hey, how are you? Or what's the most inspiring thing you've seen this week? It's, hey, what are you working on? What projects are you working on? And so if we don't have anything currently in the oven, we feel like we're inadequate. Oh man, I'm just doing my 4, 5, 6, 7 things, Like I sit here and a minute ago, I just told you everything that I'm working on. Why? Because there's a live camera on me and I feel compelled to tell you everything that I'm working on, to say, hey, he has some kind of value. Hey, he has some kind of weight. Hey, tune back in next week. Here's a guy with all of these slashes. But in the quest for slashes, we are not giving ourselves a chance to be people, to be true Renaissance men and women. We're just collecting attributes and aptitudes. And that's something that can be disruptive. Not sure if that's the case. So the reason why I hate the phrase hustling is that it doesn't really indicate anything in the terms of progress. Are you making progress? Yes, you're getting up and answering emails. And yes, you are writing down jokes in my case. And yes, you are taking your equipment to a gig. But can you measure the growth in that? And sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can say, well, yeah, this is my 5th wedding gig in 2 weeks. I'm working hard, but that shows me that I'm more in demand. That is progress. But I will never go into a party and be like, well, you know me, I got 5 DJ gigs. Am I supposed to impress people? Stop impressing people. Let people know what you're working on. Let people know how you feel in mind and body. And if they're impressed on your vibe, that is something completely different. And I want to say this thing being like recording right by my windshield, it's my window with the Venetian blinds, is so trippy, like a zebra cake. I will fix that next time. Right now I'm in the zone. But seriously, it's really about building relationships, bettering yourself as a person. And that is important. And that accords to a lot of things. Like, for example, education. I have 2 college degrees, and a lot of people say I don't mention that enough. They say, oh, I didn't know you went to undergrad, right? I didn't know you went to graduate school and got a master's in film. True. But the reason why I don't say it is not because I'm embarrassed. Okay, I'm a little embarrassed because that master's degree was super expensive. I'd be paying for that for the rest of my life. I say that because getting a piece of paper, a diploma, shows me having a natural expertise in my field, but does not necessarily mean that I'm better than anyone else. I have learned the most valuable things on the planet from people with quote unquote less education than I. And those who do have that degree or two and act a certain way are the ones you're like, yeah, okay, that doesn't mean that you have the right to act that way. Or okay, it's a diploma, it's a degree, great, but why are you unkind? Right. So that's why I'm always kind of coy with my background, because I don't want that to be equated with that. I don't want my 5 or 6 endeavors. I want you to be seen as he's busy, therefore he is successful. It's not. It's a struggle. There's days on the DJ side where I don't get a client inquiry for weeks. And I go, Am I done? Am I not in demand? Am I out of touch? Am I too old? Am I not? I don't have this look. Am I become the cornball DJ? What is going on? And there's times where things go the other way. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting all these gigs. I'm getting DJ gigs on Thursday. I got a comedy gig on Friday. I got another comedy gig on Saturday, and Sunday I'm doing an MC event. Things are great. The actual projects I'm working on have no bearing on how successful I am. And that's why at parties, I always go, I'm just maintaining, I'm doing things. Or it's actually a comedy bit, but I said, go to a party and tell people you're not working on anything and see how the demeanor changes. What are you working on? Nothing. Just, getting up and calling my mom, making sure she's okay, and going back to bed. Okay, that was great. My brother, I'm not sure if I should say the story because this is actually his method. When he's out looking, when he's out in the dating scene, he has a degree in computer engineering. So he was an IT person for a long time. He's shifted careers. Now he's into sheet metal and spot welding, right? But when he would meet a potential date, he would always say, hey, look, I work in security. Because one, security is one of those jobs that can really run the gamut as far as earnings, income, and lifestyle. Like it isn't like, hey, I'm a cashier. You know in your mind how much a cashier can make. But if you say security, it can be a very, very entry-level position, or it could be a very, very exclusive position. So if he gets caught wearing a fancy jacket, no one can say, how do you get that jacket on a security guard salary? But the reason why he says that is because the work is so mundane that he can tell in the potential date how they judge him thereafter after saying it. And I didn't believe him, but it's really true. It's really true when I say I lead off with I'm a comedian. I am a comedian first. That's something I always believe I am. Actually, I believe I'm a writer first, but I have shifted my writing into comedy. I'm a comedian first. Has a whole different connotation, especially in Los Angeles, than saying I'm a wedding DJ first. And the wedding DJ side is a lot more attractive to a lot of people, to the point where I had to catch myself from saying that. I caught myself being like, oh wait, no, DJing is great. I love doing it, but I'm a comedian first. If a genie came up and said, I can give you $1 million a year being a DJ, but you can't be a comedian, or if someone says, I can give you half that a year as a comedian, but you never have a DJ, it'll be a hard decision, but ultimately I'll pick doing comedy first because I love doing it. I love alleviating the pain from others. That's something I've always wanted to do. And even as a DJ, I try to mix comedy to DJing. I never bring my turntables to a comedy event, and that should be the sign. That should be the sign of what I want to do. Roundabout way of saying is don't hustle. Stop hustling. Make progress. Go ahead and make progress for yourself. So this is going to be called Wassup Flobo because it doesn't really have a theme yet. And I know if any person who is an influencer manager is going to tell me, you really should have a theme and really lock it down and have something like that. But I have no rules. It's going to be me. It's going to be pop culture, news of the day, professional wrestling results, because I'm a big pro wrestling fan. I love the New York Mets. I love Rocket League. I love talking about social media things. I love comedy specials. That's going to be part of it too. Movies I've seen, beard, hair tips, me losing my hair when I was in my 20s and keeping it nice and cropped just so I could look like the sex symbol that I want to be at some point. Now, this is 14 minutes in. Just want to say that these episodes should not be that long. Should be between 10 to 15 minutes. So I'm not going to talk your ear off and have a bunch of segments. So look, again, glorified test. I'm here with my microphone. I'm thinking about upgrading my webcam. I haven't decided if I'm doing that all yet, but thank you for tuning in. Listen to me ramble. Let people know about this show if you stumble across it. If you didn't stumble across it, which I think most of you two won't be, it's fine. It's the start of a journey. But until next time, peace.